It did not take too long from my last IFC Lite video, and Louis Trümpler has already implemented some new features when it comes to user experience and user interface. So let's go over these ones and see if they come close to what I had in mind and if there are still some things that could be ironed out by Louis, if he wants and if he will have time, of course. Good. If you remember, or if not, let me start with this. My first point was about the fact that it was a bit too rigid to have just two panels here of information. I want to be able to have more information. And also another one was that it was difficult to get here and to navigate through these things. So we already see here on the right hand side, we see all the, or most of them, I'm not sure if all, but I guess, yeah, most of them are here on this side panel. Okay, so now we can go from compare models, which is here at the top. If you don't like this order, you can filter, you can do it yourself. You can also collapse two icons, but if you want to customize this, that's how you do it. It's information by default, so when you click on an object and so on, but it's not showing up because I didn't load any model yet. Okay, let's say that in my case, most of the time is the information, lens rules. I want the second one, entity list. I don't, okay, this is something else. Yeah, okay, but this is also important, or not important, but something that I would use a lot. Like all of them are important. I think BCF can be here, and IDS, or like this, IDS validation. I like to check, but we can also, let's say that we can also have compare, clash detection, and then BCF issues. How I'm thinking, and extensions if you want to do some other stuff, more advanced stuff. I'm thinking I want to be able to read the information. I want to be able to have these rules. I want to have the lists, then to be able to run the IDS, compare models, do clash detection, and after that to report these issues with BCF. So it feels like natural, but again, you can't go wrong with this, okay? I don't even know if this will be saved, I think. Let's see. Let's see. So we have information, lens rules. If I refresh, yeah, it's kept. If I go, yeah, I think as long as you don't remove the cookies from the page, I think that's when you reset it. If I go here and if I remove the cookies and site data, then that's when you get resetted. Otherwise, it will be kept in your browser. Good. So one thing that I already spot, which I think it's not supposed to work like this. Okay, we can see here some settings. Let's see first, collapse two icons. Ah, okay, so it collapses this panel right here. Okay, I understand. If you want more model space, but again, like I always want this. This one right here, it's still here. But yeah, let's go first here. Pop out to another screen. Oh, this is interesting. Reset layout. So if I, let's see, customize panels. Yeah, is that one. Let's take it one by one, okay? Reset layout is going to reset everything. I don't want to do that, but let's test it and see if it works, okay? Yeah, it did it. It did it, but it's good. It's good because it works. Now float current panel. Okay, so it will make a floating panel around. Okay, which is good. I was not really thinking about, I cannot get it outside from the browser, of course, but we have the next function, which I'm going to test. Let me hide my image because I don't want to hide anything in this, okay? And you can see me later at the end, maybe if I remember. But yeah, you see this, we can drag this anywhere, and then you can work here in the model space and have this thing right here. I don't know if this is exactly what I had in mind. I think the panels, I like the panels more, but yeah, let's see what's happening if, okay, so we can have, now we have the second one. Click lens to activate. Now, the one thing that I already saw is the fact that I would like to have two panels here, like to split this window and have two panels. Let's say, for example, have information at the top. Okay, when I went to information, the other one disappeared because it was floating. But then I want to have IDS beneath. And I don't know how I do that. Let's see. Let's take IDS, for example. And let's go with pop out to another screen. Okay, okay. So now this is something that I can take on another screen. I understand. Now this could be useful. This is much more useful actually. Yeah, the floating panel, to be honest, when I'm thinking about floating panel, maybe that's going to be useful as well if you have a very large screen, for sure. But mostly I was thinking, and I'm going to test that, okay? But we have this as separate, which is great. I love this. So let me close this. I'm going to test maybe this in a complete new videos when I'm going to test IDS and clash detection and other stuff. But now, for example, I told you, like, I would like to be able to split, like we have this here, to have something beneath specifically this one. Because if I drag this, we get it here, but I cannot, let's see, if I use this, okay, these things, one thing at a time. Going back here, one thing that I saw here in customized panels, it's about hiding them. So this is the icon for compare models, which is here. This is compare models. When we hide it, it's just disabling it and graying it out. It's not getting hidden. So if you ask me, this should disappear from here when we hide it. That's one of the, I don't know if it's a bug, but yeah, maybe slip to Louis. But that's in my book, like if you want to hide them, it makes any sense to have them, just disable them, right? Because otherwise, if you want that, then you have to use another, not an eye, but something else. But yeah, I think it would be useful to be able to hide it completely and not see stuff here, because that way you can clean up your UI as you want and have only the things that you use most of the time. So that's one small thing that I would personally do. I would do that, okay? Then the other stuff, let's move to the other stuff, because like I said, like I would like to have that, like this panel, this window right here, I would like to be able to have two things. Like if I have BCF issues and have the information also right split here. Also, let's see now if I try to dock this, because I found a bug, another bug. So, okay, this goes here, but the dock is not really a dock because we see the model space is still there. So let's take this one, this model, for example. You see, I don't think that's the, like, you want, I'm thinking that if when you dock this, it should become another panel like this one, and the model space should be cut here. That's my opinion. I don't think it's bad to have it also floating like this and be able to put them wherever you want. But the space that I would like also to have the other option where these panels become like this. So I can choose. I personally, I would choose to use two panels like this, and the border of the model space to be right here, and to see the model like this, cut right here. Okay. But again, even this might be useful, and I'm not sure how easy it is to do that. And again, I want to have like each of these, like how I would personally use this would be like, maybe I will have 4 panels like this. I'll have one here with information, or 3 panels, right? So I want to have the option to split this. You know, Bonsai has a plus button here, right at the Blender actually, and you can just add a new view. I don't know like if that's possible here, but it should be cool to have an option to split the current panel into 2. And then be able to have like a drag line to choose how much of each of these panels you want to see. Like this is the biggest thing that I think for me personally as a workflow, and this thing to be able to dock it. But again, don't remove this, because there might be situation I will probably come in the future over some situations where I will find this as useful as well. So again, let's see if I do this. Maybe this works with the pin. No, this is another thing. If I click on pin, it just moves to the right, right? And that's actually what I want to do with the pin. Maybe the pin button should just add a new split stuff here. Should just add a similar thing, but here. Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. Let's see another bug. Okay, because look what's happening here. Yeah, you can do the same, but I did something here. Let's see. I remember I did something. I cannot drag it anymore. No, not drag it, but I mean, it was not possible to, so I'm putting it here. I did something like this. I did something wrong. Or I pushed this somehow and it went over the top of this panel and I couldn't reach this again. So I have to delete the cookies. So guys, if you get stuck, if you do anything regarding the user interface and you get stuck anywhere, I would recommend you, like you can get back, you can reset your things back, because now if I refresh this, it would stay like the same, right? So if you don't know how to change your user interface and so on, just go here, cookies and site data, manage and delete it. Delete this and delete this, right? I'm not going to do that, but that's how you reset your view to default. So again, I see also that another thing that I see, that the hierarchy still stays here and it's like fixed. I would still want, to be honest, I would still want hierarchy to be one of these things, like to be included on this list and have it at the top maybe. Hierarchy and then information. And then I can choose if I want to keep this or not. But again, like I'm not sure if that's something that other people would like. But that's me. I think it would be useful because, like I said, I think this is useful in the beginning when I'm navigating through the model and so on. But after that, I'm not going to need that anymore, and I want to transfer it or convert it maybe into an information stuff, right? Or yeah, I don't know, but I think like since this is already here, maybe it's not so difficult to include it. Just add it here, and yeah, I'm not sure if that would make any difference, but yeah. Something else important here is that I saw that actually Louis has added some stuff here. I'm not going to explore that today because I think it's going to take some time, and I'm not sure I understand exactly this, but yeah, he added these things here, stacked, so in a way to see the hierarchy, stacked, exploded or solo. So stacked, but that's the thing. So in stacked, so if I am on the project at the project level and I go through, okay, so the exploded one, okay, cool. So the stacked ones, so maybe we found the bug already. Stacked is like normal, like you see it as it is. Solo, okay, this is a complete other thing. Solo is just showing a floor, but it doesn't select the house, right? So it's a bit weird how it works. Okay, when I press twice, it shows everything. When I press twice, it shows everything. Well, this is another thing I didn't know. So when you press twice on the same floor, no, you just go to stacked. I'm still confused how this works. So again, let's go again here. Okay, so it moves automatically to solo when I press here. I didn't see that, sorry. Okay, so actually, maybe solo should be after stacked and exploded separately because exploded is something else. So this also makes a plane, a drawing plane, instantly. And you can remove it from there. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on here. For me, the more important part is this one and the integration, like having the option to choose also what to do with this and to split the planes. I think that's the next step, if you ask me. That's going to be killer stuff. I think here, if you have stacked and solo, maybe like if these two are connected, they should follow one after another. and then, or they may even be one button splitted and the two words, and you can like a button turn on and off. And exploded separately because exploded does something differently, does something different than the others. And you see that now we go back here, it goes to solo. Okay, makes sense. So when I go on project, no. Okay, so we just have to go to stack to see everything. Stacked in a way shows everything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, Louis, if there is more explanations about this. Maybe I can find also more going through GitHub. Okay, now the exploded stuff. Ah, okay, and we see, okay, it shows some space between objects. Like this is cool actually, I love it. And you can also set here how many meters. The thing is, okay, so it doesn't, so it just makes, it moves the stuff between the different floors. So that's why we don't see the ground stacked or exploded, because it's on the ground floor, okay? So that's why we have to have a separate, not a floor, but usually this comes in a separate model, the ground, the land design, right? So, okay, I love the idea, Louis. I love the idea, actually. This is nice, because sometimes, yeah, you want to see this in a very quick snapshot. But again, I think it would be more natural if you have the stacked closer to solo, since that's like clearer what it is, and the exploded is like something, this new separate feature. Yeah, and that's kind of it. It's not more than that, to be honest. Like, what can I say? Like, I'm blown away. I just made this video like a few days ago. The next day, no, after 2 days, all these things have been implemented. And based on my feedback, maybe Louis will do something else or polish some stuff or argument for why some things should remain as they are. And that's it. But I love it, man. Like, I love it. Like, thanks again, Louis. I hope you find it useful as well, guys. If you have a look at this, yeah, go and test this tool and let me a comment. Tell me also what you think about this user interface, how you want it to be. If you want to give some feedback, give me a comment, leave me a comment, and then go also here. If you press on this button right here, and then you have report issue. If you go here, you get to GitHub, and here you can create an issue. Just create a new issue. A issue doesn't have to be only an issue. It can be a feature as well. So don't let yourself misled by the name of this. It's also features, okay? And you can see that Louis has closed close to 200 issues. Not only him, there are also some people contributing, but he's for sure the main guy, and yeah, the author and creator of this. And I hope also these things are getting fixed soon. I've seen them for some time, and they are bugs. And if they don't bother me, because I'm not really sure. I didn't arrive in a situation when I needed this. So, but I think it would be cool to do these two things first as well, the bugs, and after that also the enhancement. But yeah, otherwise, chapeau, Louis. Thank you so much again for your impact. And guys, use this tool. It's amazing. It's free. And let's help Louis make it even better. Have a lovely Sunday, guys. And I'll catch you up in the next one.